This week, we try to take on 29 other men and women.
It's gonna get sticky.
I am not prepared.
Welcome, everybody, to this week's episode of the Cream of the Crop podcast. As always, I am joined by my two lovely compadres, Olas, KJ. We are post Royal Rumble, heck of a pay-per-view, but we will get into that shortly. As always, we're gonna start like we do every week, well, mostly every week, with a little of This Week in Geek. We have quite a bit of shutdown news this week. So to start with, everybody's favorite fighting game, the Super Smash Brothers killer, Multiversus, has announced that I believe in May they will be shutting down.
For the foreseeable future, it may make a comeback for a third time.
Yeah, you never know.
Third time's a charm.
So they did say that the offline, like the game itself, will still run, but the online services will go down. I believe it's in May or June. You can still play the game with up to 3 people in a LAN scenario. All jokes aside, I hate for the people that genuinely work with this company that made the game, and possibly are losing their jobs. On the other end, I'm always down for Warner Brothers to take an L. So,
I mean,
and not just
the
one.
repeated L's.
Yeah, not just one. We've had Warner Brothers take 2 L's in the gaming market in less than a month.
Oh yeah, I thought you were just talking about like in general.
I mean, yeah, they take plenty in general. Yeah,
the reaction to the Superman thing.
Yeah,
Chris Brown allegedly suing for $500 million.
Just handing them out.
I, as a Virginia native, Chris Brown, go fuck yourself. Just pull it. You can't be mad that people are alleging you're a person who assaults women when you have a history.
Yeah,
of assaulting women.
If the boxing glove fits,
you can't sue if all they're doing is presenting the things that you have done to you.
But I mean, this doesn't come as a super surprise as far as them shutting down. The game has already kind of shut down once.
Yes.
When
the game first came out, it was in like a beta.
Yeah, it took forever to come out of beta, and then when it did come out of beta,
a year later.
Yeah, a year later.
Everyone forgot.
Everybody had already forgotten about it. It wasn't, and the thing is, like, I didn't think it was a terrible game. They just didn't do anything with it. I mean, you have such a large Warner Brother locker room of characters you could have chose from that they just didn't add shit.
Yeah, they own so many IPs. It's like you're adding 2 characters every 6 months. No.
Kind of the Overwatch scenario where, you have Marvel Rivals that's going to add 8 characters a year, and Overwatch only adds 3 a year, if that. Yeah. So, like, gotta give content. But, and then on the other end, go ahead.
They killed the gameplay.
Yeah.
Even if you enjoyed the gameplay, they immediately killed it.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I gave it some tries. In all fairness, I don't understand what made Super Smash Brothers work the way it did, because no other game company's been able to kind of recreate this genre of fighting game.
It's timing. Right game at the right time.
Yeah. And
then it cemented itself in fighting game history. So that seat is forever taken.
Because I think the closest I've seen was the Nickelodeon one. Had some closest in the sense of like out of the ones that have come out. Well, I guess Sony had one, didn't they? The All-Star Brawl or something. That did pretty well. I mean, not Smash Brother well, but
nobody does Smash
exactly.
Brother well. Yeah.
But then to follow shutting down, the Midnight Society Gaming Studio, for those that are unaware what that is, that was the gaming studio that what would be the word that the former head of YouTube streaming and Twitch streaming and whatever you want to call them, Dr. Disrespect co-owned. They are shutting down. They didn't really go into detail about why. I could
Her boss was a
imagine,
killer.
you know, um,
It's kind of crazy.
but it's kind of odd timing because that news came out the same day that the news that I guess Dr. Disrespect is now once again monetized on YouTube. That they approved his monetization. I I'm all about things. I get things can be coincidental, but this one almost seems too coincidental. The two things would happen. But yeah, it's sucks for the people that don't, were part of that, and sucks that these people got affected by something that wasn't in their control from somebody that should have known better. But it is unfortunately the realm of things when you do business with people. Let's see here. On some more interesting note, if you're a fan of sleeping dogs, there is a high chance that a Sleeping Dogs movie could be a possibility with the lead actor from Shang-Chi, whose name escapes. It's oh god, it's gonna bug me.
Is it Simalu?
Yeah, there you go. So yeah, I couldn't remember how to pronounce the first name.
Right, I think.
But they're in talks with him about being the lead in that, and I mean I think that'd be interesting. I could use a sleeping. When was the last Sleeping Dogs game that came out? It's been some time, hadn't it?
Well, so, well, I'll tell you right now, because I love that fucking game. It was 2012.
Okay, yeah. So I mean, over
The Sleeping Dogs was like a sequel to the what did they call it? It was like the not True Detective. That was a show, but hold on, let me double check. Because
oh
they had a New York one and they had the LA
yeah.
one.
Oh my god, that's gonna bug me. I have it on the tip of my tongue and I can't think of what it was. But yeah, I mean I'd be interested to see that. I think he's a good cast for that. I want to see him in more stuff. Outside of obviously Marvel projects and whatever Marvel projects he's got going forward.
I think he's in Invincible too.
Is he? Who does he play in Invincible?
It's a season 3 character.
Oh, okay, it's gonna
They
be a
did
new.
like the rundown of
That's
new
right.
characters.
Yeah, I do remember seeing
He
that.
is also they also got the guy who plays Blue Beetle.
Yeah,
Uh
I don't know his name, but I know him because
Showa?
from Cobra Kai and
Yep.
yeah, that is a stacked cast too. I can't wait for when does that season drop?
6.
This month?
Yes.
Oh
it
shit!
drops Thursday.
Oh shit!
Thursday as of the recording of this video, which is the second.
And it'll come out hopefully on the 4th.
I am dating this episode immediately.
But yeah, I'm in today's world where these game adaptations there's really no in between anymore. They're either all good or they're all bad. Looking at you, Borderlands. I hope it does well if they decide to go through with it. And then I believe on Valentine's Day we are scheduled to have the PlayStation or Sony's next State of Play. I have no clue what they could be thinking of dropping. Do you all have any? I mean, what would you all like to see, or is there anything that you think they're
teasing of the new God of War? Not
the Egyptian one that I keep seeing rumors about.
They're going somewhere, but I think an in-between game would be nice.
Yeah.
It doesn't even have to be like the newest God of War starring Atreus and all that, but it's like something different. Saying, hey, we're doing this. Just any video on Ghost of Yotei.
Power move God of War set during feudal Japan just to fuck with Assassin's Creed.
That shit would be funny as hell.
Oh man, can we talk about?
Yeah, let's go ahead. Let's dive into that one.
I was laughing because I saw this clip surface on Twitter of all places.
Shocker.
Um, it's where everybody's heart goes out to everybody else. And it's like, oh, they were in this place and they smashed like a mirror, and I guess I don't know the religious aspects of it, but apparently it's very sacrilegious to break that mirror. And they're like, see, Ubisoft doesn't respect our Japanese culture, and I'm like, don't you like beat up the Pope in the end of Assassin's Creed 2? Like, or what are we talking about, guys? Like, we've always had a hint of like, hey, this isn't quite very religious. Like, we have religious aspects, but and also you chose to smash that mirror. Just
Don't do that.
you do control what your character does in that situation. So I saw that with the whole Assassin's Creed Shadows, and they're looking. Everybody's just looking for something to bitch about because all the the two DEI characters.
Have you seen the sumo thing?
No.
So there's apparently come out that there's a partner character that you can get along the way that is a female sumo wrestler, quote unquote, and they're losing their mind about it because women aren't allowed to be sumo wrestlers. And that historically speaking, they're not even allowed in sumo rings, so there's no way she'd be a sumo wrestler. And I saw Asmongold doing a fucking video about it, and I was like, oh
That's your
my
problem.
god.
Yeah.
Like, who fucking cares?
Well, when you have the twat leading the twats, I mean, the blind leading the whatever. But
I'm sorry, I stand by. I don't play my Assassin's Creed games for their historical accuracy.
You mean some Italian fella didn't infiltrate the fucking Vatican and
you mean to
beat
tell
up the
me
Pope
some
for, like,
Indian
an
fella
ancient-
wasn't the main focal point of the U.S. winning the Revolutionary War?
Yeah. Don't forget that DLC where George Washington turned into a tyrant,
Yeah.
like with magical powers. Don't forget that, because that actually happened. Because
Yeah.
they're all fighting over a magical orb from
that controls people.
Yeah, from the civilization before us.
Yeah. What we're saying is you guys need to touch grass. That's really what we're getting down to here.
Or just shut the fuck up.
Or that,
Like,
yeah,
I don't care either way.
Quit forgetting that no one gives a shit about your opinion. Again.
Remember before social media when you just didn't like something and kept it to yourself?
God, what are the days,
Can we go back to that? Like,
No.
I miss that so much. Because we're going to get more into the bullshit that I've seen on Twitter over the last 24 hours later on in the show with the topics that we have coming up. With the Royal Rumble
and then everything else.
Oh my god.
Everything else.
You like how I put a lot of effort into that one. But yeah, I mean, it was kind of a slow news week, nothing crazy, nothing. I mean, besides a lot of shutting down, you had Suicide Squad shutting down, Multiversus is shutting down. I just inherently hope that every live service game dies and we can move on and heal as a gaming community. It won't ever happen. We'll always be mad about something. But with that, I'd like to transition into a little game time. Can't do that.
We don't do that now.
Yeah. Not allowed. Jesus. Little game time, although we're gonna change the game up a little bit this week. Because I have been seeing this trend all over TikTok, and I thought I could find a good theme with the pay-per-view that happened this weekend that we could all participate. And what's lucky for this is I don't need you all to research anything. It's all going to be off the cuff to see who could do it.
Huh.
So the aspect of this, and the theme is Royal Rumble, is have you all seen the trend where basically they go back and forth and say, I can name this amount of people, or I can name this amount of people, and you go back and forth, and eventually somebody goes, no, you can't. And then you have to do it within 60 seconds.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we should try this with Royal Rumble winners. who could name the most Royal Rumble winners.
Okay.
So I'll put the first bid in here. I can name 2 Royal Rumble winners. Male and female, doesn't matter which one. It's just all together.
Oh, I can name at least 10.
Okay.
That means I'm gonna have to up the ante. Is that what
I mean,
we're
you
doing
can
here?
drop out and it'll go between me and KJ.
Fuck it. I can name 15.
Okay.
Let's go.
I could name 22.
Do it.
Yeah. I'm gonna see
Oh
that.
god damn it. You guys fucking suck. Fuck you guys, okay? Why do you gotta turn this on
I was
me
gonna
immediately?
up it, but then I was like, nah, fuck
Or
it.
do one of you want to put the timer on so it doesn't seem fishy that I'm doing it?
Let's see. Yeah, 60 seconds.
Yeah, just give me a 3, 2, 1.
Hold up. Let's see.
I'm doing 22. So what do you'll have to keep count because I'll lose track at some point.
Got you. I'm here.
I'll also keep track. I will start the timers. Actually. In 3, 2, 1, go.
All right. Jey Uso, Charlotte Flair, Bailey, Cody Rhodes. I'm doing this in fucking order that I remember. Brock Lesnar, Bianca Belair, Edge, Seth Rollins, Becky Lynch. Are we counting Saudi Arabia?
No, when I count,
Okay,
when I count
just
the
making
Royal
sure.
Rumble.
Shinsuke Nakamura, Asuka, Roman Reigns like a bunch, Triple H a bunch, John Cena, Sheamus. What am I at?
15.
Oh fuck.
7 more. Come on.
Randy Orton, Undertaker, Rey Mysterio. I wish I remembered more of the women ones.
3,
Ronda Rousey.
2, 1.
Did she
Ronda
not?
Rousey hasn't won. No, you're out. So you're confusing the fact that Asuka won the first one and Ronda Rousey came out after and pointed at the sign.
That's. Am
Yeah,
I?
and then had a tag team match.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
What did I get to? What was the?
You were at like 17 before you.
Yeah, in all fairness, I think that'd have been as good as it had gotten. I was running out.
Steve Austin.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Like 3 times.
Bob Backlund.
Shawn
Oh
Michaels.
yeah, because I'd have pulled that one out of my ass. You know, fucking
Big
Bob.
John Studd.
Cody Rhodes.
God, you guys are old as fuck.
I was kidding. It wasn't Big John Studd. It was Hacksaw Jim Duggan, but still.
Yeah. But no Cody Rhodes.
No, he said
I
Cody.
said Cody.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think I lost.
I went like the last 3 in order, and just was like,
Yeah, he started going like chronologically backwards.
I'm just,
It was kind of funny, and then he just gave up.
I don't know. I just started naming big names that I remember winning. Apparently, you're not Ronda Rousey though.
No.
Well, fuck you guys. Okay, I didn't want to do that shit. I wanted one of you guys to do it.
See, the thing is,
You gotta turn that shit on me.
I thought what we were doing was each one of us keeps naming Royal Rumble winners until we just can't.
Oh
think of
yeah, I
any.
mean we get to do that. I mean, but at some point we're gonna run out of. You know, I mean, shit. Steve Austin won 3 of them. Shawn Michaels has won like 3 of them. Friggin'
2 of them.
2 of them.
Yeah, Steve
Cody
Austin's the
won 2
only.
of them.
Is Steve Austin? It's only person that's won 3.
Only one that won 3.
Yep.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Well, I fucking tried. All right, fuck you guys.
You did all right.
We're good.
All right, so
You were like 5 short.
yeah,
For 22, that's not bad though.
Yeah.
I hate that I should just went 20. I don't know why.
I agree. I don't know why you said
chose
22.
I was just trying to
Yeah.
throw
Such
a
an
number
odd
in
number.
there. All right, so Royal Rumble. Opinions, just off the cuff. How we feel?
Worst pay-per-view I've ever seen.
Triple H is killing the WWE.
Fucking can't stand how much he hates black people.
Yeah.
I'm so tired that we didn't have black people win the Royal Rumble for Black History Month. Did you see a black guy got eliminated first? Like, this is ridiculous now, guys.
Oh Lord.
I mean, what are they? they had a fan favorite win the Royal Rumble. Like they listened to the crowd. What are they even fucking doing? I mean, all the stuff I booked in my head didn't even come true. Like, why are they even doing things the way they're doing? This is a shit company. They're gonna die in 6 months.
Oh Lord. And that's
Oh,
not
I'm
even
sorry.
that's not even like over exaggerated. That's just been
No, I
Twitter
mean
for
that's
the last
literally
24
like.
hours.
You mean AJ Lee didn't come back even though nobody ever said she was coming back? I'm so appalled that this thing that I said in my head was going to happen didn't happen.
Hey, we got
This
Nikki
thing I
Bella.
like
It's
fantasy
close.
booked. Yeah, well,
It's
that's.
close.
I guess she's like back, by the way.
Oh,
'Cause
really?
she
This
has like
wasn't.
gear. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
like merch.
Huh. Shit.
Oh,
I
they
thought it
released
was.
a new Lily doll.
I didn't
Yes,
see that. Yeah.
she had some work done.
She tweeted it.
Oh Lord.
That doll's gonna sell
It
very well.
No,
But just a quick thing though.
Yeah.
Because Alexa Bliss comes into a point. There's two things that I didn't like. And this is from a production standpoint. There are two shots that they fucked up. One is Alexa.
Yeah, the coat,
When she turns her back to the camera.
and they cut out.
Yep. Because what her jacket on the back says, it
It's
says
Fiend
Fiend
for life.
Forever.
Or forever.
But there's an R like etched small in it, so it says friend. So it's like, oh, that's a neat tribute to Bray because since he died, she has not been on TV
Yeah.
at all. So this is like her first
Well,
time
I think
back
they said
since
October 2023.
No, it's January of
January
2023.
yeah, because
Which
she's
is
been out
probably
for
like
a
a
while.
Rumble match or something. Like she was probably in the Rumble, and that was maybe her last appearance.
The last thing I remember was against Bianca.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's
I remember because like the Fiend shows up on the screen. I think she disappears, and that's it.
yeah.
I'd love back. This is just off memory, but it's that shot and the Joe Hendry spot. When he turns around, they're supposed to zoom in on his face.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
They don't. They immediately cut out. They keep the same like angle. They don't zoom in enough, and it bothered me because like
You ruined the bit.
you had one job. This should be like the fucking Okada zoom in
Yeah.
Yes.
No,
or zoom out in his
I
case.
definitely this was I really enjoyed this pay-per-view. I thought this was one of the better ones they've put in
It was
a while.
a solid show.
Yeah.
I mean, again, it's 4 matches, but 2 of the matches were like an hour or so apiece.
Yeah.
So like, you know.
I mean, I do think the Cody and Kevin match was great. It was what I wanted of it, with them just beating the shit out of each other.
Jesus
And
Christ, that end spot. I was
He looked like he died.
yes.
He did not move. He was dead.
I know he gets up for that. I'm like, okay, this is gonna be obviously like a power bomb spot, you know. No, we're going an Alabama slam. All right, sure.
As soon as he had him up for it, I was like, "Oh my god, no!" Because you know he's gonna fold into the fucking break. Of the,
but no, I thought it was a solid match. We'll see if they unify the belts, because if they don't, it would be kind of weird for them to do a dual belt title match, I guess.
The fantasy booker in me hopes that they'll utilize that belt more. I know they won't.
Yeah.
I just think this is all just a out of the way convenience to give a new design to the WWE Championship, which implements the Wing Eagle design.
So that would be great. I would be cool with that. I've said many times I understand why they have the design the way that it is, but I do not like the design the way it is. The world heavyweight title having the WWE logo in the middle of it made sense because you obviously want to keep it for marketing. But it still needs to have something to it.
Yeah.
Like it's just a weird, like it's just a giant logo.
Yeah.
And then, but yeah, I thought I was happy to see Sammy didn't get involved. I definitely see a heel turn there at some point.
Yeah.
I just think they're
he's working with Cross, so that's.
Is that a actual? What do you?
He's like. he's like involved kind of with Cross, so like that'll.
Boo this
I
man.
mean, the
Hey,
last
let him be
the last
successful.
person he worked with was New Day.
Yeah.
Well, no, the two people he was working with the Wyatts, but they worked with the New Day, and now look at Kofi and Xavier. Like, I mean, they have the whole thing with it. He worked with Drew. Now Drew's been.
A heel. and
Everyone he
t-
works with turns. It's like meh. I guess they're doing the same thing they did with Cross with the Fiend.
This guy just
Yes.
hates.
They're doing that same lore, but it's like no. It you're the difference is Bray was a supernatural character where Carrie is just some guy with an hourglass. It's just weird.
Speaking of which,
It's more so like kind of getting to them and like, hey, like very convincing of like, why are we doing this thing when you could be doing this thing? And you're like, fuck, no. And then you're like fighting it, and you're like, all right, yeah, maybe I should be a piece of shit. And then it's like,
I
speaking
think I just can't.
of Wyatt's though, where's the Wyatt six?
So one member is injured. They don't say who.
Oh, okay.
The report is one of the members is legitimately injured, and they just want to postpone it until everyone's healthy.
See, I just think, unfortunately, I think that might kill some of the fucking traction a little bit.
Funny enough, there was like this Reddit post about it, and I'm like, they were killed from the beginning.
Yeah.
To me, this is the thing.
Yeah, Chad Gable
wha-
and them being the main feud there, I don't know if that was the route I would have took
Oh,
that
it's
one.
my issue stems back to Bray himself.
Oh, well, yeah.
Bray has such a creative mind, and I would love to see this outside of wrestling. Give me a movie like if he was making movies about this, I'm right here. I'm first. I'm first motherfucker to buy a ticket. I'll go full Snyderverse bullshit on this. But once you put it into wrestling, the bell has to ring, and there's a wrestling match, and that's where you lose me. Because the matches will never be interesting enough to keep up with the story. I'd rather just skip the wrestling and always just want to see what the lore is.
I
well,
almost
that's
think
why oh, go ahead.
I think my issue with it is we're in such a time now where gimmicks like that aren't a thing. It is more about just the wrestling aspect of like competitors. We're like, the early 90s style, like you had the Canes and the Undertakers that lived that gimmick.
Yeah,
I
know that they're guys.
Yeah, we know that these
under
are
a
like
mask.
this is just not it's hard to introduce that into a realm where the product has changed so much into more of a combat and competitiveness of for lack of a better, just of a sport, and less about the, oh well, I'm John Cena that raps and that's my whole thing, or I'm the Undertaker that's dead and my brother, I think.
But sometimes there's ways to do that. I would say Malachi, well, Aleister Black probably now, and the House of Black. They introduced that, but at the same time, they kept it more. It was more interesting to watch them wrestle.
Yeah.
Well,
But
that's why I enjoyed the way they started presenting Bo with more of a like he's just kind of having a breakdown type of thing, but they
Yeah.
were still trying to root it in more reality in sense of like, hey, like presentation wise, like entrance wise, like they're still kind of popping up, but like obviously you cut the lights for a minute and then they can pop in and blah blah blah, like all that shit. Um, and that they didn't really do anything like supernatural to it.
yeah.
They're paying homage with the presentation of things and obviously the name, but they didn't go like full on like boogeyman fucking type of shit. Like you know what I mean? Like
And
the Fiend.
something showed up. Chad Gable technically died.
This guy, they
Well,
killed this
yeah.
man.
Yeah,
But after that, the initial like reaction of it was one thing. After that, they didn't really do anything. And more so, they had he had the bandage for the attack, whatever the fuck. Like, but I know what you're saying. It just wasn't as overly spooky as the Fiend was.
Yeah.
yeah.
Like I said, I still think Chad Gable and them was a choice of first group to go after.
Gable seems to be the guy that like we're
He's the
trying to
new
get people to
Ziggler.
work with. Yeah, we're trying to get people to work with him, like what they did with Penta. They had Penta work with him first. Just saw an interview that he did over the weekend where he gave kind of props to Chad, which was cool to see.
Yeah.
For like, because they had a really good match together, so that was awesome. Like, great.
Also, did both Penta's feet hit the floor?
I think so.
I also
Mm.
think they did.
I don't think I will.
I have to go
I
back
don't
and
think they
watch it
did.
again.
Right foot
'Cause
definitely
so-
hits.
No, they showed a slow mo. So what happens is it looks like it from the angle. His right foot definitely does. And I think the moment his right foot tapped the ground, he recognized how close he was and yanked his body up a little bit higher. So it looks like in that instance, it looks like both feet hit the floor. It's just his right foot taps it and he realizes, let me get up.
Also, I don't understand what all the Penta hate is right now. Like they're
Oh.
acting like this guy's just a botch fest, and I don't understand
not.
where we're getting that. Like even the one thing that I commented on last week of like the bottom rope thing, I don't even think that was his fault. I think that's a transition
So-
of job placement as far as
Well,
not all the
yes.
rings are the same kind of thing.
Well, because the WWE and AEW use different style of ropes.
Yeah.
Who is it? WWE
Edge.
uses actual ropes and AEW uses like cables, or it's vice versa. I don't remember which one it is, but
Like is
but you'll
this
see
just
that
AEW guys that are just hating on this guy for the
well,
sake of it, or is it
it's
No,
the internet.
It's
So
it's a little bit of he left, so fuck that guy. But at the same time, it is people who have maintained that energy of fuck him since he was in AEW, but now he came to WWE. It's bullshit either way.
yeah.
It's like
yeah,
he didn't work for other companies. Like he
Yeah,
wasn't
right.
a fucking TNA champion.
Like he wasn't from
Correct.
Lucha Underground.
Yeah,
yeah.
he didn't work in all these
Yeah,
other companies before
Yeah.
WWE and AEW.
I think we have to stop like when people come from either company, one way or the other. I think we have to give them a little bit of time to adjust to the rings. Because remember, AJ had that botch like when he first came in to do the phenomenal forearm.
Yeah.
Because again, he was used to a different style of rope. It was the same thing. Like I think people need to like shit's just different, guys. It's okay. Like they use different shit. Like.
I mean, they kept it in that Rumble. What 47 minutes? I thought he did really well.
He had the longest time of the match.
Yeah, liked him and Roman's kind of work together spot.
Teamwork. Yeah, that was cool.
Jacob Fatu taking the Mexican Destroyer, which was not the guy that I thought he was gonna hit that on, but I mean, sold it like a motherfucker. We KJ and I did talk that we're kind of tired of the Braun Jacob thing. Like I don't like that Braun was the one that eliminated Jacob.
Roman, not Breaker.
Yeah.
Yes, I made that mistake earlier. I was like, Braun didn't do this.
It makes sense somewhat because you're like, big dude was the guy that got the fucking killer out.
Yeah.
I get it.
I assume that their feud is still going to be continuing because of kind of Braun's demeanor of "you should have fucking killed me," like, which was a hell of a thing to say during that paper.
He tried to kill you. That's the thing.
Yeah, he almost did.
It's fully intent.
Bloody.
I am pretty disappointed that he was there. Not because like, oh fuck Braun Strowman, but like the fact that he just killed you a week ago
and now you're just back.
and now you're just here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that kind of disappointed me. So I don't know if maybe somebody else was supposed to be there at some point. Like,
yeah, because I was not expecting to see him. I will say that I was not expecting to see Strowman. Oh, oh man.
Tell me I'm wrong.
I mean, I take Strowman over that then.
Nah, come on, man. He's been putting in work in Japan.
Yeah.
Because now everybody who hated him for years loves him because he went to Japan for some time and
He was a Noah champion.
And he worked the same exact way he worked before, but because he did it in Japan, it was much better.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's how it works. I mean,
that's how it always worked.
That's wrestling 101.
Yeah. Dave Meltzer gave him 8 stars just for being in Japan. Does the same match in WWE, -3. But because he did it in Japan, man. That's a fucking 8-star match, baby. Let's go.
I was surprised how much I enjoyed the I Show Speed moment. I thought it was really
Because he got fucking murdered.
well, not even that. Like, it was just. I do like on his rundown the disrespect they did to him on the fucking like little thing they kept giving everybody of achievements, and
Yeah.
his one achievement was got RKO'd by Randy Orton. It's like, damn, man, you couldn't have gave it guys
forgot
something
about
else.
that.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I definitely don't think the timing on that spear was good, like very good, because I definitely don't think he was supposed to hit the way he did.
Yeah, I think he like spun the wrong way and then realized.
No, he
that's
didn't
why-
speak. He didn't spin fast enough.
because he definitely
So
catches him on the side as opposed to
I
front
think
on.
so. He's supposed to be in the middle of the ring, and he's not. He hits the backflip, and he's still celebrating. And then I think it clicked. Oh, I'm supposed to get hit. He immediately tries to turn. Braun's already there. It doesn't matter.
I mean, and
He just.
and his head hits that mat, man. Like he
I think it's.
bulldozes him.
Everyone talking about that. It's like the first thing I thought of. Braun's shoulder blade
That
is
too,
firmly
yeah.
into his chin.
Yeah.
It's like he could have legit been knocked out just from that.
I'll say it. Guy took it like a champ, and then took
Yeah.
the Otis fall away
Fall away
slam.
For no reason.
Just disrespect.
Like, why'd you even have him catch him? Like, that was just mean.
Yeah, that's when I watched that and go, that was just unnecessary.
Like,
I
I
was
thought he was
hoping
gonna
they'd
throw
throw
him on
back
the
in.
table, and he was. Yeah, I thought he was gonna catch him either to throw him back in or like launch him on the table and then kind of do like a Kofi spot, which ended up going to Logan.
Logan on Black History Month. Kind of crazy.
Yeah, goddamn Triple H being racist.
I was surprised to not see Kofi. Like, I guess I've always just assumed Kofi's always going to be in a Rumble match if he's healthy, but neither him or Xavier in the Rumble match.
I wonder if they're doing that on purpose.
Maybe, yeah. Not
I guess I
give
didn't have like a ton of tag like people.
Yeah, I
in
guess
there.
Alpha Academy, but even then, Tozawa doesn't even make it to the ring.
Right, and they didn't have either of the
Legado del Fantasma.
yeah, they didn't have
LWO.
any of those guys. They didn't have the LWO guys. They didn't have American Made. I forget the
Yeah,
Three brothers.
Creed.
yes. They didn't have the tag champs weren't in there. They didn't have New Day in there. So I think they just stayed away from like tag people for the most part.
Which is funny because the women's one was the exact opposite. Which I guess roster size at some point you're gonna have to have.
This was a pretty star-studded Rumble.
Yeah.
I think the only one I can think of that was like bigger in terms of like the people that were in it was maybe like 01. Was it 2001 or 2002? I mean, where it was like Austin, Triple H, Undertaker, Angle.
Yeah.
Like, Kane. Trying to think of who else was in that, but like, you had like your biggest stars in there. And I think that's what they were trying to do with this, where they just had like their biggest fucking people possible. You're seen as your Roman, Seth,
Well, yeah, so
Punk,
at one point you
Drew.
got all 6 of them in there, it's like, oh
Yes.
man, like this is a crazy, like I generally watched, was like, oh my god, this is awesome. Like this is a really well done, like
I liked the way they set it up, where it was like one after the other of these people. Like
It was
of the guys
Romans. It was Roman, then Cena, then
CM
Punk,
Punk, and then Seth.
and then Seth.
Speaking of Seth, can we talk about the Mortal Kombat double stomp?
Like, why did he do this?
I go, he's dead. He just killed him. Like,
He used both feet on that.
the disrespect.
Did Roman actually do something to him? Like, the fuck?
Like, my guy, you're the one that hit him with the chair. Like, why are you still
Also,
angry?
Roman shouting at Punk. was actually
Yeah.
pretty funny. Like,
What
we
are
were
you
working
doing?
together a month ago. And just gets hit.
I like him flipping Paul Heyman off as he goes for the second stomp on the staircase. it's like,
Just
said, fuck
everyone
Paul
just
Heyman. What
catching
did I do?
strays.
if
What do you
that,
say fuck me for?
I'm really hoping that sets up like
Triple
no
threat
title
match.
needed. No, I would rather it just be Seth and Roman. Like,
Oh, I want a fatal 4-way.
who would be the fourth?
Drew.
Dean Ambrose.
Yeah, that makes sense.
They all have a beef. They all have beef with each other, and they just
Yeah.
need to fight it out. That gets all of them on the WrestleMania card, and everyone goes, "This makes sense."
I guess they're doing Drew and Damien.
Suppose reportedly,
Yeah.
which I don't.
Although I will tell you that after SmackDown, I wouldn't mind seeing Damien and Jacob Fatu go.
Yeah.
At some point, like it doesn't have to be anything like crazy, but like
Like I said,
WrestleMania
that was
or
what I
anything,
was
but,
surprised
like,
to see Braun is because they kind of play the Damien Fatu, and it's like, okay, one of these is going to be the person to eliminate the other person in the Rumble.
I want Jacob to just take the U.S. title from Nakamura.
They keep doing Nakamura the same way. They give him these titles and then do jack shit with it.
He's just in the back following people.
Yeah.
Yeah, did you notice that with like Jimmy and then somebody else, I forgot who the other person was that he was just kind of
It's
like
like he's just back there, like you gotta say something, you gotta do something over there.
It's actually totally accidental. It has nothing to do with any story.
he
No,
just
I just
happens
want
to be
always
walking
happens to
by.
be there.
Yeah.
It'd be funny if like one day, like Jacob's talking and Nakamura's behind him. Jacob's the only one who just acknowledges him and just attacks him, and then comes back and just finishes the interview like nothing happened.
Man.
Oh my god, LA Knight and Fatu and all that shit was hilarious.
We threw him out the building.
Well, not even that, just I'll get in there and bust you in the head, and I'll give you the I'll give you the shakes. And he's just God.
Make it because he compared him to the Boogeyman shakes or whatever the fuck. Yeah.
Which I mean, that's what he does. It's like literally just a Boogeyman shake.
Yeah. I know you said it in the chat earlier, but Sheamus just watching Joe Hendry kind of like just kind of hanging
Well,
out.
just starts doing the clapping stuff with the I was enjoying that.
Why you do that? I was enjoying it.
What else was there's a but I mean it was a fun match. It's set like there was a lot of things that they could have set up or were like looking to set up that has me intrigued, and I know if you go online and people are bitching for the sake of bitching, I mean I'm intrigued by what they're trying to set up. Like I said,
I was happy when
Seth was fun.
When it came down to Jay and John, I went, you know what? I'm fine with either of these guys winning.
Yeah.
I could see the storyline either way of, okay, we're doing the John. This is going to be the, he's main eventing now, and he doesn't have to be on TV for some time until he announces who he's going for, which I assume it would be Cody, because that's the belt he's trying to. And I lose track of which belt is which, but the Cody's belt is the one that would make him the 17-time.
Well, either one of them.
One would make 17.
Okay, I didn't know if it specifically.
It's just he needs to win a world title.
Okay,
because Cena has won the big gold belt.
Yes,
twice.
I want to say twice.
See, I don't
not counting the time they were together.
Because he had the big gold belt before they became unified. Yeah. Because remember, he won it all
like a hot minute.
Yeah. I forgot who he won it off of.
Edge?
No, because Edge had been long retired by then.
No.
Edge was retired by the time because Randy Orton had the spinner belt.
Oh yeah, when they unified the titles,
he had the gold.
The WWE title, and he had the big gold.
Yeah, which is weird to think about.
Oh yeah, so he had to have had it twice.
So this is John's never officially won the big gold belt.
No, he has.
He's won it, I think, twice, definitely once, but he's won it.
He's won it at least once. It's just odd to think of him with the big gold belt.
Because that's clearly like not his
Not the
belt.
yeah.
Hmm.
Because
mean,
didn't he have the belt
Oh, yeah,
when
you said-
Damien Sandow tried to cash in on him? He had the big gold.
That might have been it. I just don't remember where, like, how he won it, and that's gonna drive me nuts. 'Cause now I'm looking for it.
uh,
How they acknowledge this is the right way. Damn it.
So anyway, yeah. So I mean, the men's rumble was fun. We didn't really talk about the women's rumble much yet, but Jey Uso won the men's rumble,
Wins.
and you know, um, everybody online, who's in, and I don't mean this in a AEW way, but like a snobby elitist when it comes to wrestling. It's a guy who can't even wrestle, who's, blah, 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 blah. Like, this is the worst Rumble ever because Jey Uso won. But they're the same people that are like, yeah, we need fresh stuff, man. Like, we can't keep having the same people winning all the time in the same top spots all the time. And then
yeah.
here we go.
No,
Uh,
and it was a surprise. Like that's not who I out of everybody they've been showing.
yeah. If you pay attention to, so I was tweeting during the show last night for the podcast.
As you do.
Yeah. I just so happened to have time to do it last night, which was nice. Like I was at work for half of it, so like there was like an hour where I stopped tweeting.
Yeah.
But then I resumed to tweeting when I was home and like able to relax and blah blah blah. And I'm watching it because I had posted our predictions.
Yes.
Onyx and I both predicted Punk. You predicted John Cena. So I had put a tweet out and was like, I hope the final five are these guys or the final four are these guys. And then I wrote, scratch that because fucking three of them just got eliminated. Because I figured it would have been Seth, Punk, Roman, and Cena.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then when the three of them got eliminated within fucking 30 seconds of each other, I went, well, scratch that. I said, looks like KJ's the only one who could potentially be right.
Yeah.
So funny enough, when that happened, because at this point I'm going to my second job. I'm in the car for most of the men's Royal Rumble. I hear that all of them got eliminated. My first reaction was, I'm fucking right. It is Cena. And there's like, it's Cena and Jay though. And then there's like, they are they actually pulling the trigger with Jay Uso winning the Royal Rumble?
I figured they were going to give him the runner-up thing, where they were going to be like, "Oh, he's so close, but he didn't win the big one, just like he couldn't win the big one with Gunther and blah blah."
Yeah.
And
blah.
then he
Like, I
goes
figured
to
that's what
Elimination Chamber and then wins
Right.
the Elimination Chamber and then goes to face Gunther.
that's what I figured was probably gonna happen. As soon as it was down to those three, and I am so annoyed that Logan Paul was part of the final three.
Yeah.
I thought Logan was gonna be final two. I thought it was gonna be Logan was the runner up with Cena winning.
I mean, I'm glad that was.
See, I was hoping because you had that moment where it was Logan, Roman, Punk, Cena, Jay, and I think there might have been one more. I was just waiting for all of
Seth?
them just to Seth. All of them just to immediately just turn on Logan and just dog walk the fucker and send him over.
And a certain like if you take Logan and Jay, most of the final six were all WWE champions.
Yeah.
Some Universals, most of them. Funny enough, Punk and Cena are both not Grand Slam champions.
What is Cena
Well, not
then?
anymore.
No.
Oh well,
This.
Cena's never been because he's never won the IC belt.
Yep. And guess what belt Punk has never won?
Oh,
U.S.
Yeah.
Oh,
Those
yeah.
are the only two for them. For them two specifically, it's IC and US. That's the one thing preventing them from being Grand Slam champions.
interesting. I didn't know that.
Roman's a Grand Slam. Seth is a Grand Slam. Drew is technically Drew is a Grand Slam. No, he isn't.
Has Drew won the United States?
I was gonna
That's
say
what I'm
I don't
saying.
think
Drew
he
means
didn't
the
win it.
US.
Yeah,
Because he's been a tag champ. He's been a
I see.
yeah. So it's just tag. It's
Champ-
just US.
Who was he a tag champ
Jay
with? Was it Ziggler?
Dolph Ziggler.
Okay.
War Dogs. That whole bit. They were all tag team champions.
and he was. I thought he was
Oh, he was also
champion with
champion back
Cody.
with with the golds. With the gold and
Yeah.
red belt.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I did forget
Also,
about that.
John Cena won the big gold 3 different times.
Okay. Yes.
So you're remembering when he won it off of Edge, lost it to Edge, and during WrestleMania he won it back from Edge in that triple threat. We did the double FU for the first time.
Oh, with Big
him
Show.
and Yep.
Yeah.
And then Reese, the last one he had was from Del Rio holding the big gold,
Yes. Okay.
which
Yeah.
led to the unification.
Yes.
But speaking of Del Rio, well, not
Do we
Del
have to?
Rio himself, but disrespectful pieces of shit who shouldn't belong in wrestling anymore. Have y'all seen the Velveteen Dream?
Oh, with the mugshot shirt.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I saw something popped up, but I didn't see the.
What the actual fuck? At some point, I was like, oh, maybe he could make a comeback after redeeming himself. Nah, fuck it. Just throw the whole thing away.
Yeah.
That and Rhea.
With the fan with the live
there's a-
shirt. With
yeah,
the
there
live
was a
mugshot.
fan with the Liv mugshot shirt
Jeez.
on, and she posted on her Instagram like, this one's not.
That's-
Everyone loves Rhea, but it's like, hey, this one might want to delete.
Jesus.
Yeah, that's a rough one.
Yeah,
I mean, the only thing I would hope is that she like got the blessing from Liv, and Liv was just like, yeah, fuck it, it'll make like
who cares? It's funny.
right.
The
But she
kid,
did do an interview that said like sometimes she's like, sometimes she like it does hit her, and she's like, all right, like I don't like this. She didn't specifically state anything like that happened that she didn't enjoy, but the timing of it wasn't
yeah.
fantastic. Also, what's up with that dude that like jumped Joey Janela at the fucking WrestleCon or whatever the
Jeez.
I
fuck?
don't
And
fucking know. I couldn't tell if that was real, it was fake. Like the flipping of the table made it seem like it was real, and also it's WrestleCon, so not everybody there is trying to get into a work because Megan Bain is just standing back there like, what the fuck is going on?
right before her AEW debut.
Yeah, shout out to her. Got the
Yeah,
all elite graphic and everything.
yeah.
But what the fuck was that shit? I fucking hate Joey Janelle. I know he didn't do anything wrong in this situation, but the fuck?
Right. Like I don't enjoy Joey Janela at all, but like if you're getting jumped at a fucking WrestleCon,
And he
like,
still didn't look. The guy still didn't look like he beat Joey Janela's ass. It looked like
no,
you
it was
look like you
weird.
lost.
Yeah.
So like, what are we? What is this?
What is this leading up to? Like, does this do
If
anything?
this is
Like,
all
what are we doing?
if this is a work, both of y'all are pieces of shit. If it's a shoot,
terrible work.
like if it's real, then he's just a piece of shit.
Well, that's what I've gathered because I didn't know who this guy was. I don't even remember his name without going to look for it.
I refuse to.
Everything I've heard about him has only been recently, and it's been that he's been like a total piece of shit. So that's why I'm like, maybe it is like a shoot, and like he's actually trying to attack him. And I'm like, that doesn't. I don't know if you posted that and you thought it was going to make you look cool, but I don't know that anybody
It didn't.
walked away from that going, "Wow, that guy's such a badass." Like, I don't think that happens.
What a
Dude.
dude.
Sorry, like,
Oh.
um,
Well, so with Jay winning, are we assuming Gunther and
It's Gunther.
drops the title?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't hate it being Cody, but it's likely Gunther.
Do we think he drops it?
Yes, I would like to see Jay win the
At least
win the
at
World
least for a
Heavyweight
bit.
title. Yeah,
I did like the moment, after he wins, where Jimmy and a normal Jacob Fatu's back there.
in a Yeet shirt.
It's so weird to see
That was
him
so cool,
in
yeah.
like just being a normal person.
I know it's like, oh man, kayfabe and all that,
Yeah,
but
fuck
kayfabe's
that.
been dead for
I-
a long
bro, I
time,
don't give
and
a
that was so cool, and that was such a cool moment.
Shit
To
like
see your
that,
family
you
just
know,
acknowledge you.
yeah, like it's
Well, because then I saw the video of him in the crowd last year when Jay was making his entrance during the Rumble, and he was
Because
fucking
it's Jimmy and Jay.
yeah, and I was like, see, that's awesome.
no,
But that's
it
still
was
family,
it was
man.
a nice moment, and kayfabe be damn, I was happy to see. I was glad that I got to see that video of just them recognizing him and being happy for him.
Like Jimmy just standing there with the shirt in his hand, just ready to give it to
Yeah.
him. Like,
Yeah, so I'm sure we're all on the same page with that. I do foresee it being Gunther and him taking the title from Gunther.
yeah. Charlotte's definitely going after Tiffany Stratton.
You think so?
Yes.
My brain went to her and Rhea again
Rematch WrestleMania.
Fuck that.
because
Don't need it.
well, I don't want it, but I figured she wanted the gold belt similar to the belt that her dad was famous for.
Yeah.
That's where my brain went. Um, I would
I
rather
understand.
it be Tiffany Stratton because it's new, it's different, and I mean,
Because
eventually,
one is a rubber match because that will be their third match with
Yeah.
Rhea.
and I'd rather Rhea not lose the rubber match to that.
But
Since,
at the same
since we
time,
all know
like,
that Charlotte's gonna win the
yeah,
title at Mania.
Tiffany, it would play more into she's the younger talent, she's the new Charlotte, the moonsault, the blonde hair, the look. It screams like new versus old.
Yeah.
Speaking of old, in a kind way, God,
Oh,
Trish Stratus is rough in the ring. When I guess for so long having women that can actually perform and like do very crazy moments, and then having Trish barely be able to do Stratisfaction.
look, she barely is in the ring. I, it's whatever.
I go, this
I
isn't
don't
even
expect
like
her
a
to
hard
wrestle like
move. This is like the Stratisfaction isn't even like a difficult setup move to do, but every time she doesn't do it. Like, God love her. Like, I like seeing.
Listen, it's Trish Stratus.
Yeah.
yeah. I can't blame her for nothing.
And when was the last time she wrestled?
Whatever
The feud with Becky
the
Lynch.
Becky.
With Becky, yeah.
Yeah.
And
She was hitting it well then.
I don't. I
Well,
Well,
didn't say great.
she was wrestling consistently then too.
Yeah.
Like again, and I love Lita, but like Lita was rough to
Yeah.
watch because like she, timing was off and physicality was
Owned
off, and
herself.
like she hadn't wrestled in a long
Yeah.
time. Like, and so you're like, okay, yeah,
So
I just
But, I
she was
mean-
fine up until the strat. It was just the Stratisfaction every time.
nah, the chouts are worse. The chouts with Nia because she's whiffing them like
So,
amazingly.
yeah.
Oh no, the first thing she did was like attack Nia. It was like her hands aren't connecting to Nia at all.
Hey, Nia selling it though. I'll give it to her. She was selling it.
Yeah. The women's was pretty good. It was a lot of
It always
I don't know who
feels
anybody
slower.
is.
The women's one just always feels slower.
So I feel like
well, they work a little slower.
yeah, the women work slower and also like name like who would work at a faster pace. Honestly,
Yeah, I mean,
well, Io, Kyrie, like put all the Joshi wrestlers, and I'm pretty sure you get a fast paced match. But that's not the point.
No, it was pretty cool that like we got some fun returns. I said on Twitter, and I stand by this. Charlotte winning, whatever. Okay, right. I kind of wish they didn't announce her beforehand.
Yeah.
Like, I wish she would have been a surprise.
Yes.
Because now it's like, all right, we're announcing Charlotte like the week before the Rumble, and I'm like, oh, well, Charlotte's probably winning the.
And she gets the pyro mid match.
Yes. Which, I mean, AJ did too, by the way.
A bunch of them did.
So, like, I'm not even.
AJ did, Jacob did,
But I
Roman
think
did.
she's the only one who got pyro.
For the women's, yeah.
Oh yeah, I guess for the women. If
but
not
no,
Charlotte,
I mean, we
if not
got
Charlotte, then who then? Because
Alexa.
for
like to win. Like if it.
oh,
Because see, I'm in
I thought you
that
told me pyro.
I'm in that I don't care for Charlotte winning this. I do think I would have liked to seen somebody else, but I'm not confident on who I would have chosen. Roxanne's too new still for me to think that she should get a Rumble win.
Shout out to her though.
Yeah, did great though. Yeah, did fantastic.
That was the only other thing I really had to complain about. I do wish there was more one-on-one time.
Yeah,
Between Charlotte and Roxanne, and that it wasn't just like a awkward like
boot for the outside.
We eliminated Nia together, and then she just kind of hung out there for another 30 seconds before she got booted. Like, I kind of wish there was a little bit more going on. But shout out to her because she went for she beat. Was it Bailey's record?
I think so.
Yes.
Yeah, hour 11.
I couldn't remember if it was Bailey or Naomi who had the record, but beat Bailey's record from last year. Third entrant and made it to the final elimination. For not even technically being on the main roster yet.
Yeah.
Because she's still going against Julia for the NXT Women's.
Yeah.
At some point. So
it's her, Bailey, and Julie. It's a triple threat, and what the fuck is it? Vengeance Day.
Yes.
No, I mean I thought the NXT women had a great show out. I don't think
Shout out Lash Legend.
Yeah.
Yes.
She has been from Tuesday to Saturday. She has been hooping in the ring.
Yeah. Good for her. Like I'm pumped that like some of these girls got on there. You know, we mentioned Jada Parker earlier. She got in. That was good. Both Stephanie Vaquer and Julia got in there. That was cool. I don't realize how short Stephanie is until she's in the ring with like the taller women.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah,
I don't know why I envision her like taller for some reason, but
it's the dark hair and the way she presents herself makes her feel like she's tall.
It's the horns.
Yeah.
The horns add a few inches.
I think it's just her face.
Yeah.
She has the face of someone who's tall.
She has a taller person's face. Yes.
Taller person.
Which makes no sense, but it does. I'm legit looking at all 30 women of this year's Royal Rumble. If you took out Charlotte, the only other person I could see winning would have been like Bianca. Bianca or Liv. Everyone else, it's so like that upper, not even upper top tier card.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe Nia.
Yeah, I mean that would make sense. Liv would make sense.
It's like everyone else is former champion.
I was gonna say, and they both just lost their titles.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying.
You mean you don't think Nikki Bella would have won? And
fuck no,
no. But I mean, shout out! Like she popped back up. Alexa popped back up. Trish made a fun appearance. Who else had? Somebody else had a return. Hold on. Where does my
Jordan debuted officially? Alexa returned. Trish returned.
Yeah. So I don't think they had announced it beforehand that Jordan had officially signed with WWE. So there was talks about it online, but I don't think like there was a statement
by WWE. No.
Yeah.
But everyone pretty much had confirmed
at the Rumble. Yeah.
And then there was the whole oh, she's 100% confirmed for the Royal Rumble, and then she tweeted out, I'm gonna be at my mother's 50th birthday.
Yeah.
Which is funny because Sean Ross Sapp tweeted,
She just
yeah,
turned 48, not 50.
her mom her mom is 48, by the way.
She didn't lie.
Jeez.
Like it wasn't a lie.
Showed her like a fake Texas ticket. That's
Oh.
like that's actually funny.
I know
Uh,
one that I kept seeing was Maria. They kept acting like Maria was kind of hinting that she was going to
well,
be there,
Maria,
but
yeah,
No,
Maria
because Maria's
posted a
contract
photo.
ended.
Yeah, and she posted a photo of like her
her
in
at the Rumble, yeah.
Yeah,
I feel like she was just backstage.
She might have, I
she
mean,
might have been. Who else did something like that where they posted like a photo like they were? Oh, Chris
Malachi.
Masters
oh yeah, I
Oh,
do remember,
yeah.
yeah, Chris
posted a thing online that he was like, "Oh, I'm in Indianapolis," and I was
Because
like,
WrestleCon.
"That would actually be kind of cool. Like, I wouldn't mind. I know he's trying to come back. I know he's stated publicly he would like to come back. I know Matt Cardona has stated publicly he would like to come back. Um,
Oh yeah. Speaking
that
of
would have
that,
been fun too.
random thing.
yeah, I thought Cardona definitely would have popped up. I was wrong on that one, but I definitely had in my cards that we were going to see Matt Cardona pop up.
So random thing. John Moxley was at WrestleCon this weekend.
Yes.
So someone posted like a Reddit post of him signing. Well, they got a Shield action figure collection,
And he
and
signed with
Moxley's John.
Dean Ambrose.
Yes. How do y'all feel about that?
I actually thought that was cool
I knew
because that's the
So basically,
figure.
when
signs as
someone gave
Dean
him
instead of
yes,
yeah. I
Yeah.
mean that makes sense. That's who he is in WWE.
apparently, Matt Cardona also signed stuff as Zack Ryder.
Yeah, that would. I
Like
mean,
a lot of people, I didn't know a lot of wrestlers do that.
I didn't
Like
either, but I don't hate it.
like that
I
makes sense.
actually
You want to sign
I
as what
think that's
people
kind
know
of
you
cool. Yeah.
as. Like if
Well,
that's
especially not even what they know you as, because like both of them have already have a big enough name
Yeah.
outside of
Yeah.
like with that name. But he was signing a Dean Ambrose action figure, so like
because Seth
yeah,
is already signed too. So it would be weird to have Seth, Roman, and then John Moxley.
yeah.
yeah.
So
So like yeah, that's cool.
apparently Austin Mick Foley signs all three all three characters
That's
different.
funny. That's funny. I think that's hilarious.
I
I
think
enjoy that.
someone also shared a story of like getting Seth Rollins to sign an old ROH video,
Oh,
and he signed it as Tyler Black.
There you go.
So it's like it
Yeah.
doesn't even matter what's the popular name. It's just
Who
like
you were when
this
that
fits.
happened.
Yeah. Yeah, no,
I
I
feel
like that a ton.
you would care more if it was
Yeah.
Although, I mean, unless your ring name is Cope, then maybe you should just stick to Edge or like
nah.
Adam Copeland. But like, um,
God,
I want you to sign this is whatever.
they really signed off on that one. That's still. Yep, that's good. We'll use that one. Fucking kill me.
trying to think if there's like anyone's. I know I used him as an excuse just to be a dick about it, but I'm wondering if there's anybody that it just like, nah, you should never sign that. Like, no matter what.
Theory.
Just Theory, yeah.
Yeah.
Instead of Austin Theory.
I did.
Um,
I gotta give it. I did like the Theory heel turn.
Don't turn on me, bro.
Don't turn on me, bro. I was like, dang it, I hate these two guys, but every now and then there's just a bit they do that just
yeah, neither of them were in the Rumble either.
They're funny people.
Well, I do like. Have you ever seen interviews with Waller where he talks about like people approaching him for autographs? He's like, I ain't got fucking time for that. I ain't doing that shit. Don't approach me. Like, it's like he's like, I sign shit when I'm contractually obligated to sign shit.
Hey, he's honest about it.
Yeah, I mean, he's like, Theory will do that shit. He goes, I don't do that shit. Like, yeah.
But and it works for his character.
Yeah.
So like, whereas Austin Theory just always comes across as like the most wonderfulest human being ever, and you're just like, eventually that'll come across on TV.
Yeah.
I know it. Like they'll poise him for like a big face turn, and he'll just be like the.
I'm
sweetest
telling you,
man
him
ever,
and Karrion Cross for me are the biggest killers because I love every interview they do, and
Oh,
they
yeah.
seem like such great people, but I just can't fucking stand them in the ring.
Yes.
Yeah, Carrion's another one of those guys who just comes across as like one of the most wonderful human beings that you'll ever talk to, and then you're like, oh, okay, yeah.
Like I want him to be interesting, so I want him to succeed so badly.
Yeah.
And it just, I don't know what it is. I did keep seeing where they talked about making him, and we might have discussed this a little bit, but like kind of the second Jesse Ventura.
Yes.
Oh, because he can do a perfect
Well,
Jesse
not
Ventura
that,
accent.
but yeah, like having Jesse Ventura mentor him and him also be Jesse Ventura would be hilarious. Have Will Sasso be the other manager. That way you just have 3 versions of Jesse Ventura.
Yeah. And the three of them all do fucking commentary. Pretty
Yeah, oh
much.
my
Yeah.
God. Just trying to figure out which Jesse Ventura is venturing. I did like with Saturday. I don't know, can't remember if I mentioned this when we talked about Saturday Night Main Event. But I guess Jesse Ventura shitting on the Steiners. I'm like, yeah, these guys can't fucking count and shit like that. And like Rick Steiner just going, I'll come beat your ass, you fake military veteran. Just like, what the fuck?
Amazing.
Gotta get Steiner after his Denny's manager shift or owner or whatever fucking like random food joint he owned. I couldn't remember. It's like a Shoney's or Denny's, I think, or something like that.
Something. Can we how'd you guys feel about the presentation, like the layout, like how they had the stats on the screen at the bottom?
I think it looked cool.
Yeah.
I liked it a lot. I saw people bitching, but I did see a bunch of people think it was cool. I enjoyed it. Like I thought it like it gave it that kind of sports type
Like that
of
UFC
feel, like
ish kind of like
yeah.
record, you know.
And like they would come out and it would have the flag on it for like what country they were representing and
Yeah.
type of stuff. Like I thought that was so cool. Like
The
it was a
only
nice little thing, and it was like, oh, this is how many people are active, and this is how many people are like eliminated,
Yeah.
and this is these are the people still
who
in,
have they
and this is their
eliminated?
entrance.
Who have they,
Yeah,
you
like
know?
I thought all of that was really cool.
I just
Um,
I want to say this, the Royal Rumble is not the time to debut new music.
Never is.
Cause like Finn Balor's new music hit and no one knew who the fuck it was. Zero
also,
pop.
Finn Balor, who has, well, I guess had a really good entrance theme, now getting like the
Generic hip hop music.
yeah.
I still want to know what was the thought process.
Although AJ came back with his.
Thank
I couldn't
God.
I couldn't remember because I was like, I thought he had new entrance
He
music.
did.
He did.
And I was like, and
They changed it to
gone
the
back.
they changed it to the bullshit where it has to say something at the intro for you to recognize who it is first.
Yeah.
And it's just AJ saying, "You don't want none," and then it just does like a up tempo version of the song, which is
Yeah.
weird. It's like no,
I don't know why you changed it. That
because they're
it's-
getting rid of. They were trying to get rid of all the CFO,
oh gotcha.
whatever the fuck that CFO money, whatever the fuck it was.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's a shame
You
because
know,
AJ's song, I love AJ's entrance
which
song.
wasn't even meant for him.
Was it not really? I didn't know that.
Oh, it was
It's meant
for
James Storm.
yeah, James Storm.
Really?
Yeah, it's just
it's odd.
AJ's a huge fan of rap,
Yeah.
which is weird for him.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm sorry, the Southern country boy, flat earther, just rocking out to
Flat
like
Earther.
it'll never not be funny.
No man.
The gay community.
I'm not
Jesus.
saying
One of the funniest
saying a
fucking
flat
things I've
earther.
ever seen.
But some of the things you might need to research. Like, fucking Brian Danielson just calling that man out just for no other reason than I want to get fired. I'm just gonna fuck with everybody.
Jesus. We had Street Profits kind of doing maybe a heel turn,
They were
kind
always
of,
heel.
or like not so much a heel turn, but like everybody's on the list kind of thing.
Well, the way I did enjoy that Cole kind of explained. I think Cole kind
It
of
was Michael
explained it,
Cole.
where it was like,
They're
they
mad.
wanted they wanted DIY to retain so that they could take the titles from DIY, and I was
because
like,
DIY is the one who put Dawkins on crutches.
yeah.
So it's like it's
Apparently,
a reason
he was
behind.
walking around with those crutches all day, like keeping up appearances with the crutches.
Totally
That's
fine.
actually funny.
Like like in public, like on the streets and shit, like walking around with the crutches.
Dedication. I love it.
Yeah, I thought that was once I found that out, I was like, that's amazing. Good for you. Also, DIY with the fucking bar
Shatter machine.
fake tag.
Oh,
No.
I was like, I thought they'd been doing that.
So
Oh
when the
yeah,
bar
where he does
when the bar did the fake tag, and then Kofi hit
Trouble.
Cesaro with the fucking Trouble in Paradise, and then Sheamus came in to break up the pin and rolled him up
Yeah.
and won the titles. They did that for that first fall, like they gave him a fake tag, and then was it
It was Ciampa.
Ciampa took the hit or Gargano took the hit?
No,
Yeah.
Ciampa hit the knee.
Yeah, Gargano took the hit, and then Ciampa came in and hit him with the knee. Yeah. I thought that was cool. Like a nice little.
I will say, and this isn't a shot at this
Wow.
match, because I did enjoy this tag match, and for once it was nice to see the tag titles actually defended on a pay-per-view, because I think this is the first time in like 5 pay-per-views that it's been defended. I don't care for the 2 out of 3 falls matches. It doesn't do anything for me.
Yeah. Well, because you always know it's gonna go.
It's gonna go
a
1-1, and then it's gonna be just a normal match at that point. And I would rather you find ways to break pins instead of just like, oh, here's the one time we can get a pin and it do something, and then here's
off of a move that's never gonna win a normal match.
Yeah.
Type of thing. And it's like, okay.
I just
It's one thing, like an Iron Man match is a little bit different because you can go up like 2 to 3
comebacks
in a row, and then like you have to have them come back and like really, whatever. Like, okay, that's different. Or like
what is it? NXT
who had a
does
really like
they do the what is that match? The Iron Man? Is that what you were referencing? I know the Iron Man. Sorry, I misunderstood.
yes. The NXT one is the
3 Stages of
shit.
Hell.
No, the NXT one's what is it? The Iron Challenge,
The Iron Survivor.
Yeah.
Okay, so I wasn't confused. They are 2 different things: the Iron Man match and then the Iron Survivor.
Yes, the Iron Survivor is the new one they made because War Games went to the main roster.
Yeah.
War Games.
But I do like
the
that
main
Iron
roster.
Survivor match. Yeah. But the Iron Survivor match is dope. It's a dope concept. I did enjoy that. But no, like Iron Man matches, I remember
Like Angle and
I think it's Angle and like Benoit.
Yeah. Oh,
had
hold on.
one.
We can't say
fuck
that.
off. But like they use DQs as part of the like falls and things like that. Like somebody hit a chair. And you're like, okay.
I think Danielson and MJF had the best Iron Man match I've ever seen.
Yeah. I'm trying to think.
I feel like Angle had some good ones.
Angle and Lesnar had a really good one.
That's not the WrestleMania one, is it?
No, it was like on SmackDown.
Okay, that's what I didn't think it was a pay-per-view one. I always remember Angle was in a lot of them. At least most of the ones I remember.
Yeah. No, but probably Danielson MJF was probably one of the best ones.
I'm trying to think of any other ones that I know of or I remember offhand that were. But yeah, I just the 2 out of 3 thing I could do away with. Just do a normal match and have pinfall breaks and just do that flow. I did like what was it? I thought it was really stupid though at one point where they pushed Saban into Shelly to break the pin up, and it was just the lead up to that looked not great. It's like,
yeah,
I don't believe in this positioning that you get overpowered by this guy that's on his hands and knees and you in a vertical position.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, of course, like you said, we had the Street Profits interrupt and cost Shelly and them, and then beat the shit out of DIY afterwards, breaking that fucking crutch over them.
Yeah.
So we're
glad they're back.
I meant to talk. I did like Cena's post match interview. I thought that was a really out of nowhere for him of, hey, we're not taking questions. I'm telling you what it is, and this is what's gonna happen. And then Triple H kind of following it up of, he's earned this spot. He's got it. It's his.
Yeah.
I hope they give him the title at this point because they're putting so much lead up into it.
I mean, they have to. Even if they don't do it at Mania, they have to do it somewhere.
Because it'll feel all for nothing if they don't. Like, it'd be one thing if they just, like, they didn't do a tour. Like, hey, I'm having my last match at Mania, and there's a setup for that. But like, it's consistently been referenced of him being 17 time, and that's where the farewell tour should end and be done with it, and shake hands with the 18 time on the way out. I'll feel a bit misleaded if he doesn't win it.
Which technically he won't break Ric Flair's record, but
What is the technicality on that? Is it because Flair had championships other than WWE ones? Is that what makes it? Because
I think at certain points they're not counting certain reigns officially.
what I
As
think
part of
19 is what he's at, or something like that,
I think
or
it's
21.
21.
it's a fucking number. John Cena's not gonna reach.
I mean,
But I
yeah,
think WWE only officially recognized the 16. So it's weird.
But also, I mean, he had claimed 16 for the longest time, and
now that somebody's close to beating it, now all of a
Oh,
sudden
well,
yeah,
now
it's
that
21.
Cena's tied with it, and I know he said Orton would have been the one he really wanted to break it. Orton's at
15, I think.
50. Um, yeah, I don't know. I'd have to go and look and see, like, where, if 21. I think it's 21 is the number that he said.
Yeah.
I am curious though if they are gonna have John. Who, I mean, does he go against Cody?
Yes.
Is that the, if it's not, I mean, because that's where my issue runs into, is I'm trying to figure out where these other people are gonna play into Mania. If
That's
you're
why I said fatal four-way between Seth, Roman,
Drew
Drew.
and Punk, because
Yeah.
it takes them out of the round, and it leaves
Damien and Jacob.
yeah.
That puts them. Charlotte and Tiffany. I'm trying to think who would be on the Raw roster for Rhea. I would
I
guess a
hope
returning Becky.
I hope it's not Liv. I don't, as much as I
It's not
like
Liv.
Liv, I'm done with that feud for a bit.
That's why I think Becky comes back at Elimination Chamber.
Becky or Nia, I would imagine.
I don't want Nia because they just did that.
They did, yeah.
And also, she's not even on Raw. She's on SmackDown.
Yeah, but didn't she keep hinting about transitioning over in the draft?
Fucking,
I mean, in all
I don't
fairness,
know who's on what.
Selena Vega is now on
SmackDown.
SmackDown, and Damian went to SmackDown, so it's like,
I guess that means Aleister Black's going to SmackDown. No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Him and Andrade can run it back.
jeez.
That's not terrible.
I do know somebody that I want to come back to WWE, and I hope he has a successful career if he does. And especially after watching his interview with Chris Van Fleet, was Mustafa Ali. I would love to see him back.
Yeah.
And actually be given kind of a good run, because I think he could do it, especially a mid-tier title run. But obviously maybe not a top tier championship, but I could see him doing an Intercontinental and holding that for a while, or a United States. But shit, they were going to give him Money in the Bank, so I mean.
Yeah. So these are all the Raw women.
Okay.
Alba Fire.
Nope.
Asuka.
I mean,
Bailey.
I could see it.
I can see Bailey.
I could see
Rhea.
Bailey too, yeah.
Becky's still listed. as a Raw superstar.
I just don't know if I want that.
Oh no, I don't want back to back Rhea versus Becky for WrestleMania. Dakota's injured, so she doesn't count.
Is it okay? I couldn't remember if they had actually like established that she is.
I don't know if
Asuka-
she's like out for long term.
Yeah, I don't know
she's
about
out.
Asuka either. Isla Dawn,
No,
Ivy Nile,
probably not.
No,
Io Sky,
I'd be fine
that
with
would
that.
be. I mean, that would
Kyrie Sane.
Probably not.
be. She's hurt too at the moment, but
Oh,
yeah.
damn. Liv Morgan.
I mean,
Let's
you
let's
could
not.
do it, but I don't want it.
Yeah. Lyra Valkyria.
Probably
No,
not.
she just won the IC title. She's not.
I
Gonna.
know this definitely ain't gonna happen. Maxine Dupree.
Oh yeah,
she's
that's the
winning.
one.
Natalia.
There's my
Boom.
girl.
Nope, we don't need that.
Yep.
Nikki Cross.
No.
Well, not till the White Six comes back.
Sonya Deville.
I hope
Nope.
not.
Shayna Baszler.
I definitely hope not.
Nope.
And Zoe Stark.
Nope.
I skipped Scarlett. She's technically active on the roster, but she has not wrestled on TV ever.
Yeah, it'll be Zoe Stark.
I'd be damned.
Oh gosh, every pay-per-view she just botches almost everything. Yeah.
I deadass missed 3 women. None of them matter.
Just for shits and giggles, who were the 3 that you?
Katana Chance.
Katana Chance,
Yeah.
Caden Carter, and Kiana James.
Yeah. No.
The fucking K's. I'm not gonna. Yeah, I think there's a.
How
I
many
think there's
of
a
them?
reason. I think there's a reason why my brain blocked them out
Jesus.
collectively.
I am
the wrong
curious.
month to bring them up.
I am curious.
It's funny because not a single one of them is technically white. I don't know about her though. Kiana,
I wonder
I was
what
gonna say
roster.
Katana.
Katana's like, she's like Italian, right?
I mean, it's
White, yeah.
Still white.
Still technically
Yeah.
white. It's white with extra steps.
It's like spicy white.
it's-
Like it's not.
Spicy white is.
It's got some
crazy.
seasoning.
All motherfucking right. I know
Uh,
Kiana James was NXT Tag Champs.
I wonder what brand Grace is going to.
Who?
Jordan Grace.
Oh,
Because
yeah, they haven't announced that.
I
yet.
I could see that in a Rhea run. I don't,
NXT.
there's no way they put her on NXT.
Okay. They put all the TNA people on the same level as NXT. She's going to NXT. Sadly.
I think because she's actually signed with WWE, I could see them not putting her on NXT, especially since she's already wrestled on NXT a couple of times.
I'm thinking.
I mean, it wouldn't
SmackDown.
shock me if they do put her on NXT, but I just think that with her officially being signed, that's different.
I'm thinking SmackDown.
I don't think so, because SmackDown has Bianca.
Yeah, their
has
tag title picture right now, though. So
Jade, Naomi, Tiffany.
they know how much longer Jade's gonna be out.
No, I have no idea what. I have
That
no
was
idea.
another, that was
what's
another
going on
thing
with
they
her.
were bitching about online, where it's like, oh, Jade Cargill didn't come back to further the story with Naomi and Bianca, and I'm like, I don't know that a Royal Rumble match is the place for that.
Not a lot
Oh,
of
well, with it.
storytelling you can do in that scenario.
She attacks the person who attacked her.
Yeah,
I
I
guess.
mean, sure.
Just in the middle of a Rumble match, though, because like you're so focused on wanting to win the Rumble.
It's a tall woman. So, is it time to just say it that Lash Legend is a better in-ring performer than Jade Cargill?
I mean,
I was wondering when that was gonna come up because I did see that somewhere too.
I wouldn't disagree with that, but I also
AEW, okay. No, because there's a post like comparing like Bulls Jordan to Wizards
to
Jordan,
Wizards Jordan.
and they're like AEW Jay Cargill to WWE Jay Cargill.
Jeez.
I mean, it's not wrong. Why the fuck does Castanet have WWE merch?
Does he really? That's awesome.
Him and Speed.
Jesus. I mean, Speed's at least showed up twice. He's gotten RKO'd and speared into hell by Brown Breaker.
It's 30. No, this shirt is $35 for a Castanet shirt. You know what it is? It's just a giant chain that's off centered that just says KC on it.
Oh boy.
Nikki Bella has merch.
Well, I know this has mainly been a WWE episode tonight. Has there been anything in AEW wise I haven't gotten to catch
Other
up this
than
week?
Tony Storm
Going back to
pulling a swerve of
being
this. Yeah. She was just acting as
it was
herself.
all a ruse.
Yeah.
Honestly, one of the best things of that between Saturday Night Main Event and AEW Collision going head to head, Tony Storm and Mariah May facing off was actually the better face off
Yeah.
compared to Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes. Because those two things were going on at the same time,
Yeah.
which is funny. Other than that, nothing really. Everyone's mad about not Cesaro, Claudio versus Jeff Jarrett thing.
Because they needed to cheat to
Beat Jeff Jarrett.
Yeah.
Fucking trash.
Do that to my man.
I'm
Jeff
letting this
Jarrett.
play out, but I'm also just waiting for this shit to end. I need Jeff Jarrett to be retired. He's not Sting. I don't care.
I meant to ask, did you all get a chance to look at the Royal Rumble lineup that I sent you guys?
Yes.
I saw it. I just laughed.
The best part is just I'm reading through this, the Stardust. It's not Cody in disguise, we promise. LOL, it's him. I'd lose my mind. Oh gosh. Goldust, Goldine, Golduck. Hey, some of these were right. Joe Hendry.
Yep.
Oh man, freaking Ryback showing back up would be
Feed me more.
CM Punk versus Ryback at WrestleMania.
He'll quit again. He'll fucking quit again.
Oh man. Well, we might actually get an early night tonight, guys, unless you all got anything else you want to hit.
It's more so the recap for the Rumble.
Yeah. It was a Rumble focused episode.
It was it was a solid show though. Like they, first big event of the year for them. I mean, I know they had the Saturday night
even though Triple H is killing the business.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So
if they didn't fantasy book it the way I booked it in my brain,
is Stephanie McMahon back to being part of WWE or
yes?
Okay.
No one knows what she officially does,
but she is officially in some capacity.
But she is back.
Okay, I was curious with her coming out and doing the entry. If that was just because she happened to be there and her husband's heading this shit, or if she was actually.
Well, and they did the Hall of Fame announcement thing. She was backstage for that too.
I did see people were annoyed about that, about him getting a second Hall of Fame induction ceremony.
Well, because he's getting a solo,
which is like not the first time that's happened. Ric Flair, I think, has two.
Yeah, he's two.
For him, and then for him in the Four Horsemen.
Right. Sean has two with him
and
solo and then DX.
So technically, Triple H has, yes, because he's DX, and then this would be Evolution's not gotten one, correct?
Not as far as I'm aware.
I don't think they did. Although I could
Hall of Fame induction.
I definitely could see that group having a Hall of Fame induction, but.
Let's fucking go. The white bitch didn't win. Sorry. I fucking hate Taylor Swift.
Oh, I was like, there's a fucking out of pocket fucking.
Grammys are tonight. I was keeping up with it because Kendrick Lamar is gonna keep winning Grammys for calling Drake a pedophile. We're here for that.
Hey, Beyonce shocked the world as the best country music singer of 2024.
She also won Album of the Year, beating Taylor Swift. Let's go. That bitch.
beat the country
Oh,
singer
I
on her
can't
own.
wait to see how mad
Bro,
everybody
the
is.
amount of the amount of races that are coming out the woodwork on Twitter is great. Let's fucking go. Weed them out.
The only way this gets better is if her boyfriend also loses the Super Bowl.
Yes.
Just all around. I hate the Eagles. Don't get me wrong, but I would much
So
rather watch the Eagles win than the
I
fucking
did too.
Chiefs. Really, the only way that I totally win in this is if Bane comes out and implodes the stadium like he did in Batman. That's the only way I win totally.
I want Randy Orton to come out and just arcade with everyone in the Chiefs team. One by one.
Oh, not like us one record of the year. That's
Yeah.
actually fantastic.
And song of the year. Let's go.
That's amazing.
Back to back. Drake has to fight this man.
Oh,
There's no way out of this.
it's the next boxing match. Well, after this, we should be officially caught up. If you're watching this, then the day we record this, the episode from last week should be uploaded, and we will have this up in the normal time frame. Fingers crossed.
Yes.
We are still kind of figuring out if we're gonna be here next Sunday due to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I don't think it's strong, but we'll kind of play it by ear as far as time frames. But without anything else, I hope everybody has a good rest of your week, and we'll catch you guys on the other side of the ring. Have a good one.
Adios.